for some movement. Cool, and it's right about at the hour, so I think we're gonna start going. Let's see, I put a playlist in the chat. If you wanna put some music in on your end, that's a Spotify playlist you're welcome to use. Make sure you're on mute so that it doesn't like make the audio crazy or wild. But that's an option for you. And then I've been telling folks as they come in that if you can find a couple things around your house, like a squishy ball or a pillow is good. We're doing like squeezing it between your legs, so anything squishy would work. And then a yoga block or a couple books or like a pot you could put upside down. Just we're touching down to this. So if you can find that stuff, great. If not, don't stress. And while you're gathering that up, I'm going to say hi. I'm Sarah Histand, and I'm calling in from Anchorage, Alaska, which is the unceded land of the Dena'ina people. And I'm really excited to be here with you. This is really fun. I know that like there are pros and cons of the social distancing world, but connecting with you all over Zoom, I think, is one of the pros that we get to do this together, though we're in totally different places and time zones and seasons even. Like we're scraping our windows up here and it's frosting at night, and I was just talking to a friend yesterday in Arizona where it's 105 degrees still. So lots of variety of experiences right now. Yeah, and so I'm a personal trainer and a mental health counselor, and this is kind of a teaser workout for my Ski Babes online winter training program that starts on Monday. I'll talk a little bit more about that at the end, but there's a SheJumps code for it that we want to make sure you have if you're curious about joining that. And Angela is here from the SheJumps crowd. And do you want to say a little bit about your end of things?
Yeah, I just want to say thank you everybody for joining. My name's Angela and I'm the new marketing and partnerships manager with SheJumps. And just by signing up for this event today, everybody will receive a recording of this. So you'll be able to do this workout from home multiple times. And thank you for those who added the donation when you registered. It helps SheJumps offer affordable programming for the event, and also continues to allow us to sustain our programming with affordable options like this one. So, and then just a few announcements that I want to make since I have like a nice audience is we launched our Snowpack Scholarship Program, and applications are open now until October 31st, and we're looking for motivated women who want to push past their perceived limitations when it comes to snow sports. We encourage women of color and individuals with demonstrated financial need to apply. You can find out more information on our website, and you can head over to shejumps.org to subscribe to our emails, register for events, learn about our programs, and purchase cool Girafficorn swag to show your support. And also don't forget to follow us on social media. And during the exercises and workouts, since Sarah's going to be kind of taking a step back from her computer, I will be here to moderate questions as she goes through the workouts to prepare you for winter. So feel free to ask questions if you have them, and I'll try to step in to Sarah if they pertain to the exercise she's demonstrating at the moment.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks, Angela. Cool. Okay, so if you have any questions, like before we get started, throw them in the chat now. We're going to spend just a couple minutes here kind of getting oriented, and then I've got about a 45-minute workout for you, and then we'll do another check-in at the end with time for a few more questions. While we're here, you know, doing this little getting oriented time, if you're wanting to, like totally up to you whether you want your camera on or not, but if you do want to like really look around, like maybe turn your camera on and put it on gallery mode so you can look around at the other humans that you're here with right now, especially those that are live. You know, there's a lot of isolation and disconnection in the world right now, and it's really nice if we can like take these opportunities that we're actually like doing the same thing as other humans to like really notice that. And I don't think our nervous system fully like is attuned to Zoom 100% unless we're really intentional about it. So like look around the room and like make eye contact with the other people that are here and say hi. And it's just, I really love seeing you all and knowing that we're all in this together. Yeah, and there's maybe even a couple screens worth of people. I see, that is really neat. Yeah, I'm really glad to be here with you all. Okay, so yeah, 45 minutes of movements. I'm going to give you lots of different levels to hit depending on where you're feeling energetically and where your body's at today. I said in the description of the things I was going to cover that we were going to touch on some of the mindset work around imposter syndrome and weakest link syndrome, which is what I call the experience of being like feeling like you're the slowest one in the group, or like you can't keep up with your friends, that kind of experience, and how hard it is to have fun when you are feeling like you are the slowest one. So weakest link syndrome is my term for that. And I think there's a lot that goes into untangling that whole experience, but one of the really simple and kind of profound ways to work with imposter syndrome is to shift our orientation away from like these external expectations and maybe the group expectations, and reorient toward what our body is telling us and building up trust in its messages. So there is a lot of messaging out there about like pushing through and not listening to your body. In this framework, we're going to reorient toward trying to tune into our body and listen to what it is needing in the moment. And from that place, it's a lot easier to trust that what your body's capable of today is good enough, and that other days it might feel like it's ready for more, and sometimes maybe not. So that's kind of the foundation that all of my programming is based on. This workout is gonna, I'm gonna give you an exercise, and we're gonna do it 3 different rounds. We'll start with what I call mobility track, which is the basic level of the exercise where we focus on form and alignment and stability and like moving through the exercise without pain. And then we take a break, and then we'll go back to that same exercise and decide whether you need to stay on mobility track or if you want to take it up a notch. And then we go one more time through that, and you go maybe one more notch up, or maybe you stay. And so this is this practice of checking back in with your body and then allowing yourself to decide, do I want to crank it up, or do I want to keep it working on that mobility level? And like the spoiler is that it's not always better to go more. Sometimes it's better to just stay at the foundation level and work there. Cool, sound good? Oh, and the piece of that is also relevant is that like showing up with whatever energy you have today is also all we get to do, you know? I personally am on day 27 of my cycle, so my energy is a little bit slower and a little bit less intense today than it will be in a couple weeks. And if that's you, then I got you. You can do a more mellow version. If you're like ready to crank today and you're showing up with a lot of intensity, and maybe you've got some like stress in your system that you want to burn off, we've got opportunities for that too. So there's a lot of opportunity here to either go up or down, and it's all good. It's all welcome. So listen to your body, modify if you need, and yeah, we'll have fun. We'll get moving and have fun. Any questions about any of that? We're about to get started, so if you have anything you want resolved before we start moving, throw it in the chat. And then, folks that came late, I have a playlist if you want to put music on in the background. And then if you have easy access to like something squishy, like a pillow or a ball, and something like a yoga block or a book, or like a pot you could put upside down just to touch down to, grab those. Okay, I think we're ready to start with a warm-up. So this is a good time, if you had it on gallery mode, to swap it back over to speaker view so you can get as big of a visual as you've got on your computer screen of what we're doing. And then, yeah, I think we're gonna start. So I've got my iPad here, it has a timer on it that you're gonna be able to see, hopefully, when we get started. But for now, let's just take up some space, take a couple big breaths, step away from your computer. If you wanna start the playlist, now would be a good time for that. And we'll just take a couple big breaths. Ooh. Trying to bring the attention right here into your body and into the moment, and let go of whatever else it was you've been working on before this, whatever your to-do list has on it yet for the day. We try to set that aside, and we'll just give this little bit of time, 45 minutes or so, to moving and feeling good in your body. Okay, so here's first move in our warm-up, side step with arm crosses. We're trying to pull the backs of the hands back behind us to open up the chest a bit. And if you can, try to alternate the arm that comes on top. So the right arm's there, and then the left arm. And once you've got that, we'll add a little squat in as we step through center. So just starting small with the squat. Small and gentle, and then as things start to warm up, you can get deeper and deeper down into it. Still paying attention to the breath. I might start getting bigger now that we're moving a bit more. And we'll switch this up, add a twist. It's just kind of a gentle twist, especially if you've been sitting a lot today. Be gentle with these first twists. Looking to get some blood flow into the spine and wake up the deep inner core muscles. Squat with a twist. Yeah, and then switch it up again. We'll do a squat with a big reach. So squat and then stretch and reach. You can match my pace or go at your own. Really, you know, the point of this warm-up is just to get blood flow going, get our body moving in a bunch of different directions in a way that feels good. So you are welcome to branch off and go your own direction if something else feels good to you. Or if one of these feels really good, you just want to stick with it, that's totally fine too. Okay, let's go one more to each side. And then we'll let that one go and just kind of shake it off and turn it into a high knee march. So high knees coming up to, like, can you see that against my blue wall? High knees are like maybe up to the height of your belly button. It's kind of a goal to go for. It's not going to work for everybody. And then the upper body we want to let swing. So let those shoulders swing a bit so we can get some space in the upper back. Okay, switch the arms up. We'll go with some punches, still letting the shoulders swing a bit. Try to be light with your toes and use your core to lift the knees. Okay, let's take it up. So those punches go up high, and maybe you can feel the difference in your shoulders. Let's work in upper back a little more. Okay, a couple more to the front. Here's our next twist. We go over the lifted knee with a punch. Yeah, so maybe slow at the start, especially if this is a new one for you. This is a little bit funky coordination-wise at first. Punch over that lifted knee and feel that twist in your spine. Okay, good. One more to each side. And then just let it go, shake it out. And I'm getting warm. Hope you are too. We're gonna go to butt kicks next. So we start that at a nice slow pace. Checking in that your heels are coming in toward your butt. See how you can like barely see mine? Sometimes people end up with their heels out here, and we don't want to go there. That's like a indicator that there is a knee alignment issue. So pull those heels in right toward your hips. And then maybe add a bit of speed here, little hops. Just checking in, we're heating up the hamstrings, stretching out the quads. And maybe you wanna go with a blast of speed. You decide. And then if you're going fast, just dial it back down. And step out, take a big breath. And then we'll pause here, feet wide, hands wide, and do a hamstring stretch, taking one hand down toward the opposite foot, and then right back up to standing, and then the other side, and right back up. Yeah, so there we go. That's our dynamic hamstring stretch, alternating sides. Up at the top, play around with squeezing your glutes and pressing your hips forward. So we're trying to get a big glute engagement up at the top. Start heating up those muscles too. Yeah, and breathe. These dynamic warm-ups are helping us stretch and build heat at the same time. Really nice. At the beginning of a workout, we'll do static stretches where you just hold the stretch. At the very end, when we're slowing things back down after our interval time. Okay, one more to each side. And when you're ready, come on up, shake out anything else that feels like it needs it. That's where we're going to leave the warm-up, unless you're like, I need a lot more. If that's the case, if you're watching the recording, of course, hit pause and do whatever you need to do. If you're here with me live and you need a little more, just handle these, take these first few intervals like they're warm-up. You don't have to go too hardcore with these first ones, or with any of them, of course. Yeah, so we are gonna start with the foundation move series. Our first exercise is a squat. So we're starting real basic, feet just a little wider than your hips, and I'll start our timer and turn it up as loud as it can go. I think you'll be able to hear the beeps even if the numbers are funky. Here's the first round. Let's start with some squats. And we're going kind of slow, like slow and steady with this one. It's called mobility track. This is the chance to really tune in with your internal experience in your body. Check out how your knees are feeling, how your hips are feeling. Try to even out the weight between your 2 feet. And we definitely want a lot of weight in your heels on a squat. So we're heading down. And then remember that top of the hips forward up at the top. We want that here too. So we want that press forward, and there's a break. Okay, so shake out the legs, take a couple breaths. That's round 1 of squats. We're gonna go and hit squats again. Same exercise, mobility track, folks. You just stay right there. If you want the up level, we will add a big reach like that. Okay, so here we go. Second round, maybe adding this pop up onto your tippy toes and the big reach for the sky. And then, especially if you are a skier, especially maybe a Nordic skier, you could imagine a double pole plant here as you come down, pushing both poles down into the ground, engaging your core, pushing down and back, and then from that power, hopping up. Yeah, and then take a break. Okay, take a break, take some breaths. Final round of squats here adds the option of a jump and some speed to this. So this can turn into what I call squat pops, which gets going a little quick. So join me if you want, or stay at any of the lower levels. We're going for 20 seconds now, so it's a little shorter and as intense as is accessible to you today. And maybe those pole plants at the bottom with a big core contraction. And then there we go, take a break, shake it out. And big breaths. So So hopefully you got your heart rate up there a bit. I definitely did. We'll try to recover heart rate with some breath work, especially if you can start to taper from like the panting that happens when we're working really hard to a breath that's into the nose and out through the mouth. Starts to kind of step the nervous system down a notch. Yeah, and we're about to go with our next move, which is called curtsy lunges. You might want to hold on to something here if you're a little unstable today. Otherwise, we're going to step this foot back, curtsy, and then come back up. So this is the first stage. And again, like, you flip that chair around and hold on to it if I wanted some extra support. For curtsy lunges, we are looking to keep the knee over the ankle and some weight on the inner edge of the front foot. The back foot goes back at like a 45-degree angle and the back knee goes down toward the ground. And try to keep the chest forward. I'm curious where you're feeling this. Take note and we'll take our break, shake it out. For most of us, this outer glute, side butt area. So maybe give that a little bit of love and shake it out. This is one of those areas that if we strengthen it up, it really helps our knee stay where it needs to stay safe from ACL tears. So here we go. Second stage with this exercise, you can stay here or add a knee drive on. So the add-on is this core move. We pull the knee up and through. Curtsy, have a nice formal curtsy, and then try to pull that knee up and through using a lot of core. Stabilize this front knee first though. Okay, there we go, take your break. Shake that one out. Okay, maybe some big breaths. And then do that self-check. You know, how was that? Was I able to keep that knee alignment? Am I ready for more? If you want the up level, it's gonna add a jump. So here we go. Pick your level, maybe working the knee drive, or maybe jumping this. As you work on this move, yeah, keep going right there. We turn this move eventually into a speed skater, which ties it together with the other side and looks something like this. So it's a curtsy and a curtsy, and that is a lot like a skate skiing motion. So something to play with. I love that move. Take a couple breaths. Yeah, recovery time. Shake out the leg that was working. Recover that heart rate by breathing into the nose and out through the mouth. Roll out whatever felt tight. And then we set this all up for the second side. So now you know. We'll start slow here. Feet a little wider than your hips. And find your curtsy. Nice and formal like. Little formality to our days. It's not a lot of that in my quarantine life these days. Dropping the back knee down toward the ground. The front knee is over the ankle. And we want to keep some weight on the inner edge of the front foot. So especially the base of the big toe. Keep pressing that part of your foot down into the ground. Notice where you feel this. It might be a little different on this side. Be interesting to see. Shake it out, pat it down, take a couple breaths. I'll show you what I'm cueing you not to do. We don't want the knee to be kind of floating over space and this inside edge flipping up off the ground. Sometimes we curtsy like this, and this is a really unstable place for your knee. Okay, so let's go with the second round. Maybe staying here with mobility track, or we got this knee drive option. Knee drive on the second side. And yeah, it would be awesome if both sides could do the exact same version, but in our very human bodies, that's often not the case. So no need to force your body to do symmetrical things here. It'll come with time, but it doesn't have to all happen today. Whew, okay, drive that knee, shake it out, take a break, and breathe. recovery is just as important as the work itself. So let's see if we can really do some intentional recovery. In through the nose, out through the mouth with the breath. And then let's go for the final round here with the knee drive, maybe with some jumps. This is kind of the last stage of intensity, so it's like the place to show this move off. If you're ready to really go for it, this is your space. You could add speed, you could add depth, and then we take a break. So it's kind of short and sweet, these hardest parts, so we can stay focused and maintain really nice form even while we're working really hard. Couple more breaths. Yeah. Okay, right on. So now the next move that's coming, it's called ski twist. This is one where if you have the block and like something like even a shoe would work for this. We're going to show you where we're going. Twist to one side and touch down. Twist to the other side and then touch down. So let's begin here with a slow version, mobility track version, pivoting the knees and the hips. And we're trying to keep the shoulders kind of pretty square to the front. Yeah, like you're trying to ski downhill, right? And keep your shoulders down, fall line, while your hips and the knees move around and make your turns. Yeah, and then while you're here, can we notice where your weight is going in your feet and try to even it out. So even weight between the 2 feet, and then take a break. Okay, take a break, take some breaths. Roll it out, reset. Second stage of this exercise, mobility track folks, you stay right where we left. If you want to up level, we are gonna do a little hop. So let's go right into whichever version is gonna work for you today. A little hop. And if you're jumping, let's prioritize the landing. Try to make it light and quiet. Touching down with your toes, then the balls of your feet, and then the heels. So it's like super controlled. Touching down, shoulders are still up and pretty square to the front. And then take a break. Okay, and make some adjustments. You might find you could take it down a notch. We want to recover. And then we can take this move, last round with it. Quick 20 seconds, crank up as much intensity as you feel like you want to. So that might mean getting fast, as long as you can keep it light. Or not, but do try to keep your gaze forward and watch for that tendency to like collapse down when we get tired. Yeah, good. Take a little break. Take a break, recover. Breathe, shake it off. Nice work. None of this is that serious, so let it go. Sometimes they can get kind of intense in the middle of an interval. So shake that all out. And then this stuff you can set aside. Our next move, last one in foundation moves. We don't need any equipment for this one, just some space. And if you're dealing with any like knee stuff, you might want to hold on to like the back of a chair for this. This is called telly lunges. So let's start it slow. It's basically alternating back lunges. So we step back on one side and then the other. And imagine that you've got 2 railroad tracks running down center. So you've got some space laterally between the 2 sides. Ooh, and if there are any telly skiers out there, I feel for you. These would get really hard really fast. I started out as a telly skier and I never got very good, so these bring me back. So here we're starting slow. Try to keep the knees over the ankle, and then you get a break. Take it, shake it out, and breathe. Yeah, and then here we start to decide whether we want to go up a notch or not. The up is, we're going to change to a hop, hop, and then step, step. So here we go. The up level, hop, hop, step, step. Yeah, hop, hop, step, step. We're going to eventually hop all of these. If you're like ready for more and want to go right to that, you're welcome to it. Make sure though, as we're working these, that the knee, the front knee, is not going forward of the toe. Whew, okay, there's a break. There's a break, take it, breathe. Yeah, I really, really value that recovery time. Into the nose, out to the mouth. Last one. If we want to show off, let's do 20 seconds of telly lunges, maybe hopping it the whole time. And if you can hop it, we want to like scissor the legs so they snap between the two sides. Yeah, only go here if this is right for you. The other options are totally there. And take a break. Okay, sweet. Yeah, good work. Okay, so that was foundation moves. We are going to transition now a bit in structure. So this is a good time for water. I'll come up and check on comments. How are we doing? Sweet. Okay, great. Okay, so those were the staggered build-up intervals. Now we're going to do a section that's core focused. You'll want your squishy thing, whatever that is. And then in the Ski Babe series, we use gliding discs and a band too. So I know there's a couple Ski Babes here. If you want to grab your discs, we can use those for this plank move that I'm starting with, if you have them. So this is a plank with ski twists down at the legs. So it's a normal plank, and then we're going to walk both feet to one side into a twist, walk back, and then walk over to the other side and walk back. If you want to do your plank from your knees, you just take it here and then scoot your knees up, scooch them back, something like that. All right, so this is coming at us with a little bit of a different timing sequence. We're going to do 20-second intervals with a real short recovery. So starting in about 5 seconds, find a plank position and ready, set. Here we go. Step it out to one side, step it back, step it over and back. And you're just moving between those two sides, whatever pace works for you. Some people might go really far forward with their steps so that like your thighs touch your elbow even, and take a break. Some people might just go like a few inches, which is fine. And then those of you that want to up level this, let's hop it. Hop it from side to side and go ahead and begin your second round, either stepping or hopping between these sides. Plank with a twist. Shoulders are over the wrists. Pick a level that works, and then we'll flip it around. So here's a quick transition with your ball. Comes in between your thighs, hips on the ground, heels on the ground. Roll the shoulders back and then tip the torso back. And maybe the hands are here to support you. Up to you. So either hands or no hands. Ooh, and then let's work with the ball. So let's squeeze it, whatever you got, and then soften that squeeze. Squeeze it one more time and release it, and then take a break. Come on up. This is a V-sit. And for this one, we want the hips popped forward, shoulders back. Okay, second round. Right here, join me. Maybe lift one heel, maybe both, and let's squeeze the ball. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. If you don't have a ball or anything, just imagine there's something there. You can still get those muscles to activate. Squeeze, squeeze, and release it. Take a break, take a moment. Roll your shoulders out, set it up, and let's go again. Squeeze that ball, lift up, Squeeze the ball and hold it. And this time let's spin. So we'll add a twist, going from one side to the other. Totally keep the heels down if you want. If you want to keep the hands down, you can just drop one elbow and then the other. Okay, there's a break. These are quick and dirty. We got one last round of this. Right here, squeeze your pillow, whatever you got. Find your most challenging version of this that's available. It might be straight legs. Some of you might take the hands high or find a twisting variation. This is our final round. Let's squeeze that ball a couple last times. Squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze, and release. And then flip it around. You can bring the ball with you if you've got it. If you're hopping, we're going back to plank, hopping between the two sides with that ski twist. So if you're hopping, you can keep squeezing that inner thigh against your pillow or your ball. No worries if you don't have that component, just one more piece to the puzzle. We don't need it all. Roll the wrists out, shake them out. Here's our final set. Okay, hop back down. Last round here. Plank with the twists. Do your best. We're gonna try to keep moving, even if that means slowing it down. Through the end of this interval, you got this. And there we go. Okay, that's that final beep. Okay, so nice work. Take some breaths. That was what I call a mixed interval. And just a little bit about what we were doing there. The squeezing of the inner thighs together, those are your adductors. And especially for winter, a lot of our, like being on slippery surfaces, we legs slide out from under us a lot. And it's the adductor stability that helps us recover when we've lost our balance. We gotta pull back into center. So that's really good stuff for winter. Yeah, so let me get some water and take a breath. We're reaching the apex of the intensity for class today. We go to a move, an interval that's called the max interval. It's the place where we focus all of our effort and intensity. Those of you that really want to burn off some steam today, this is your place. We're gonna do a move today that's called snowboarders. So, equal opportunity sports. A snowboarder is the wide squat. You can take your, whatever your objects are here to tap down out front. We're gonna do a wide squat and we're gonna flip around and tap down to that same spot. So the gaze always stays front and we're just gonna pop that squat around. Let me show you from the side so you can see how wide I'm going. Basically, super strong, stable squat. All right, let's do this. We're gonna do a whole round of intervals with the snowboarder. So take a couple breaths, clear your space. Let's begin right here. So those of you that know this move, you're welcome to go right into this with as much intensity as you want. This is our max interval, so it's the place to really leave it all on the table. So you could jump this, and there we take a break. The breaks are kind of short, so you gotta shake the legs out and take a couple intentional breaths. Into the nose, out to the mouth, and then we go again. So the step turn is a great option. The jump turn is another great option. If you're jumping, we're trying to land lightly and we're trying to land both feet at the same time. And then take a break. Yeah, take a break, shake it out. And breathe. Assess, maybe you can go down a notch, maybe not. We're going again. Keep that gaze forward. Nice wide squats. Good work. Keep working at the highest intensity level that's available. Whew. Okay, good. There we go. Shake it out and breathe. Yes, let's go again. All right, don't be afraid. Try to keep moving for the full 20 seconds, even if that means slowing down, meeting your body where it's at. Yeah, keep breathing. You got this. Okay, shake it out. Quick recovery. Oh, we're still going. This is our max interval. This is our big challenge. Okay, we got this. I'm right here with you. Let's move. Yeah. Okay. Put some attention on your feet. Can you stabilize your weight between your front foot and your back foot? Okay, take a break. Shake it out. Ooh, it's even harder to do that focus work while you're tired. So do what you can. We'll play with it a little more right here. Let's go. Yeah, so try putting a bunch of weight on the front foot. See how that feels. And then a bunch of weight on the back foot. How does that feel? And then try centering your weight. Super stable, strong over both feet. And then take a break. Yeah, we gotta take a break when we can. Big breath. Okay, yeah, take what you learned. See if we can stabilize, stay centered for this whole round. And then, I'm not even counting, so I don't even know, but if this was the last one, how hard would you go? Okay, oh, we're still going. Shake it out, take breaths. Often, it's actually the mind that wants us to hold back, and the body is capable. So maybe see what that capacity is. Race this one. Or not, you know, totally fine. Completing the interval is the goal. Okay, yeah. Those beats mean we are done. Nice work. Good job. Take some breaths. Whew. Give out some high fives. If you've got some people there, some kids I saw, I got a high five for you. Yeah. Whew. Okay, let's breathe. Whew, that was our intense section. Whew. This next part might also be hard, but it's going to be in a different way. We're going to do a little balance challenge. So try this. Maybe hold on to your chair. Shift weight over to the left. Toe of the right. Let's see, shift weight over right. This is your left, I think. I'm mirroring you. Let's do some hamstring curls from here. So heel goes up toward your butt. Trying to strengthen up the back body. Another one of those really important things to keep our knees healthy. Prevent those ACL tears. Whew. Let's go up one more and hold it up. And then we're gonna go forward a notch and then hinge and push way back. So this is a big hinge. We go up and then push it way back. Try to keep your hips even to the ground. That means this toe, when you push it back, it's basically pointing straight down toward the ground. Little hinge, big push. Where do you feel this? I'm curious. Put your hand on that spot. Notice what's working. We're going for like 10 or so here. On your last one, let's hold it back and we'll just do little pulses. So we're here, so stabilize, and then little pulses, heel up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come on up. Okay, that's a balance challenge. Shake it out. Sometimes that's hardest for the standing leg. So wherever you feel it, shake it out. And eventually we'll, in the whole ski babes thing, we'll start to do this with the resistance of the band. So I'll show you that when we move to the second side. So most of you will be working just against gravity, which is plenty hard, but with the band, it's extra hard. So let's begin on this side. Shift your weight over into your left, and then we'll go 10 curls with the right, 10-ish. Sometimes there's one side that is stronger at this, one's the other side that's hard. It's harder on. That weaker side is the one you want to give a couple extra rounds to. So you often like to start on the weak side, then go to the strong side, and then circle back for like a bonus round on the weaker side. Okay, so then we get to 10, we hold it up, and then do a little shift forward and then a big push up and back. Yeah, trying to keep even hips, toe points down toward the ground. Try to keep this smooth. Of course, this is a balance challenge, so if you're real wobbly, that is fine. That's part of the work here. We are looking to help the system calibrate to working one leg. If you're really, really gripping hard with your feet, maybe see if you can soften a little bit of that and trust that your body can adapt as it needs to. And then let's hold this one out. We'll do little pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, right on. Come on up out of that. Shake it out. Hamstring, back body, glute work, all this stuff we're doing is really, really important, especially for women who tend to be quad dominant, really strong up here. We need to balance it out with the back body work. So that's what we're doing. And if it was hard, that's probably why. Oh, I think we all need a lot of that stuff. Let's take a couple more breaths. We're gonna go through now a short stretching sequence. Finish with a little playful reward at the end, and then that'll be it. So let's do a quad stretch to begin. Another good time to grab onto something if you're feeling wobbly. This is kind of one of those options to either get some extra support so you can really stretch without having to work, or if you're like, dang, I'm feeling good today, this is basically a second balance challenge, so you can take it if you want it. Make sure your knee is a little bit soft, standing knee. And then we'll switch this up by kicking back and reaching forward. So kick, kick, kick back with the foot. It's kind of a dancer variation, playing around with that balance again, and then take it apart, come back to upright, release the foot, maybe without setting it down. We'll pull the knee up and through, and then turn it into a figure 4. You might stay here, or you might drop this down into this nice figure 4 stretch, getting those outer glutes. They're the ones we worked in curtsy squat, so it's a good one to stretch. And if you want a chiller version, this one can be done right from the ground, like that. If you're here, try putting your hand onto your foot and pushing your foot into your hand and your hand back into your foot. See if that deepens the stretch in your hips. Yeah, and then let's try letting go, coming on up, lifting the knee, setting it down, and shaking it out with the breath. Okay, yeah, cool. I'm gonna do the second one with support. Model what I tell you all to do. Okay, so support is good. As you're ready, we can move to the second side quad stretch. Keep some softness in that knee. And upright chest. We're trying to slow our breath down here too. Like we worked it up pretty high in the heart of the intervals. Now we're hopefully into the nose and out through the mouth. And eventually just to nose breathing. So that's like the place we're headed as your system starts to get back down into regulation. So kicking back and reaching forward now. As you're able, totally fine if you fall. We have to lose our balance to find it. So sometimes that's the way it goes. Just come back in and join as you can. As you're ready, lift the knee up, turn it out, figure 4. And then maybe you stay right here or drop the hips for the second side. And then breathe. See if you can get the breath low in the body and maybe even back so you could like feel the back body expanding as you breathe. Yeah, down nice and low. And then maybe try this hand to foot and foot back into hand version. And then we'll try to take it apart. Come on up, stand up, lift the knee, set it back down. Nice work. No matter what happened there, it's all good. Okay, take a breath. And then let's widen out the feet, lift the ribs up, fold down. We'll take a hamstring stretch. Let the torso get heavy here, the neck loosen up. You can sway if you want. Let the breath move. And then walk hands over to one side and pull them in so you really stretch that hamstring. And then we walk back through center over to the second side, stretch over there. And back through center. Here we'll pull the heels in, toes out, hands come up to your thighs, and roll one shoulder in. So this is a shoulder and a hip stretch. So rolling the shoulder and pressing the hip open. Could do a seated version here too if you, again, want a more chill option. Seated down on the ground. Let's take it out, switch it over, other side. Nice. Okay, roll it out and come on up. So that was a pretty quick stretch. If you want to stretch longer, it's probably always a good thing to do more stretching. But I want to wrap things up for us today. We're going to finish with what I call a dance move reward. So this is just totally playful and fun. The idea is to end on a high note, have some fun, start to get our brain to associate positive things with finishing a workout. So totally fun and silly. If dancing isn't your thing, you can just watch us and laugh. We're going to learn the floss today. So here we go. Hands out to one side and hips pop back. And then pull your hands through and pop your hips. Undo all that. Then swipe your hands through center as your hips move over. Then pop your hips in your hands. Back out. Back through center. And then we start again. So we pop, out, over, pop, out, over. Try it a little faster. That's the floss. All right, so practice, or if you want to, turn your camera on, turn gallery mode on, and let's do this. Just one quick little floss session. Look around at all these people. Here we go. Pop, out, over, pop your hips out, over, floss. Find your rhythm. Follow me or not. I hope you're laughing at me or yourself, for all of us. Yay. Fun to be here with you all. Thanks for flossing with me. You look great. That's great. So fun. I love it. Okay. So that's our sesh for today. Yay. Thanks for being here. Really fun to move with you all. Hope you learned some new moves and some ideas for how to shape your winter training. If you have any questions about any of the moves we did, about any of my philosophy about how to approach all this, or about ski babes, let me know in the comments. I'll just hang out for a little while. Yeah, the ski babe season starts on Monday. So we do workouts like this 3 times a week. There's a pre-recorded option, so you can just do it whenever it fits into your schedule. And I'm also doing a bunch of live workouts like this to really amp up the connected version of for those that can make the times. Emily's coming. Yeah, see you next week. Oh, I love that people came from Australia. So neat. Yeah, okay, there's a question about upper body work during the workouts. Yeah, so the section we did on core, there's a section that's also all upper body that will fit into the Ski Babes workouts when we're in there. I didn't figure that we had time to do all that today, so that was the piece that I cut out. But that is the formula for the full workout. The first 2 weeks of the program does not require gear. It's just body weight and with some stuff from around the house. There's the toy package, the stuff I showed you that you can get from Amazon that we start using in weeks 3 and beyond. And did you share? I think Angela shared this. Ski Babes Jumps is the coupon code that will give you $20 off, and then I'll donate 10% of those purchases back to SheJumps. Yeah, the phone block, it's nice to have if you have something like that, but you can totally substitute that with like a couple books or anything that's like a little bit like that size. So I don't have people buy those. Not critical. Yeah, Galen's been doing my workouts for a while. It's really nice to have you here, Galen. Megan, your question about workouts in real time or recorded, was that answered sufficiently? Basically, there is the ones that are recorded are there, and there's also live ones that you can do, and you can swap in and out whichever ones work for your schedule. Yeah, and there is nutrition, right? So there's a workout piece, and then there's a mindset focus each week where we work on a mindset skill, like the imposter syndrome weakest link stuff that I started the workout with, down that train. And then there's also a nutrition practice each week too that is real similar. The first one, we're working on hydration in the first week, and then we work on different food strategies for outdoor time. Yeah, so each week there's a new nutrition practice too.
Sarah, did you answer what time the sessions are?
What time the sessions? I didn't see that one, thanks. So the pre-recorded ones you do anytime. The live ones, they're going to vary, and I'll put a survey out in the group to see what time zones and availability people have. The first week, there's one on Monday at 1 p.m. Alaska time, which is 5 p.m. right? 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then there's one on Wednesday at 8 a.m. Friday, 8 a.m. Alaska, which is noon Eastern. Yeah, oh my gosh, you had somebody from Brazil. That's so cool. Wow. Taylor, yes, Taylor's back. Yay, nice to see you here, Taylor. Good. Is this managed in a group of some type? So this is Ski Babes, I assume, Tara, is your question. Yeah, the workouts are all hosted on a private platform, and then there's a community forum that is hosted on Mighty Network. So there's a lot of community emphasis in this year's program because we're also isolated. So we're going to be on Mighty Networks for support and accountability and like sharing what we're dealing with and supporting each other for that. And Sarah, no, you have access to all of it, so you can do all of them. Ideally the structure is for like 3 a week, so there will be 3 recorded workouts each week, and then there'll be at least, I think, in 2 live ones each week. So pick and choose between which of those you can make it to. Yeah. Any more questions? Recommendation on how much time per week for other workouts? Okay, yeah, good question. Right, because we're like, I feel like a lot of us are trying to figure out how to get cross training in without it getting in the way of like the fun stuff outside, or maybe the other things that you're also doing. Yeah, so for the first round, I mean, this really depends on where people's, like where your fitness base is now. Often for folks, it's like you're coming off of like a low activity summer, jumping into this Ski Babes with 3 workouts a week is probably enough load for a system that is like adapting to movement again. If you're coming off a super active summer, you're in pretty good shape and you're just like looking to take it up a notch, then these workouts add pretty well onto a day or 2 of weights, or a day or 2 of outdoor time for like the first 6 weeks. And then after you're through the first 6 weeks, we move into round 2. And most people are able at that point to add even more extra stuff on, like outdoor time or weights. But usually so I guess my answer to that is like the first round, which is the first 6 weeks of training, a couple extra things in addition to this. And then for the second series, you'll probably be able to ramp up a bit more. And always adapting with the way your body is adapting to the movement. I feel like there are some times when I can get the 3 workouts in to a week and a bunch of outdoor time. And there are other times when my active recovery days, which is what we call the days off, are more like yoga and mellow stuff as a way to help like really get the recovery time in. Yeah, Lee, it's so fun to exercise and feel like I was in a community again. Yes. Oh my gosh. Same here. I loved it. But yeah, those of you that were able to come live, thanks for making time for that. It is really nice to be with you here in real time. And the recording folks, we hope we still get that like through the time-space continuum or whatever it is with recordings. Yay. Okay, Lindsay, sweet. All right, I'll see you inside. And I didn't see the name on the person who said they were worried it would be too much, but I'm really glad it was a good fit for you. Sweet. Okay, amazing. Well, great. Good job, everybody. Make sure you drink water and keep moving to keep moving this out. Often this stuff kind of sneaks up on you afterward. But I hope you feel really good today and tomorrow. And let me know if you end up showing up in the program so I can connect the dots as to what you were here with SheJumps too. That'd be fun. Cool. All right. Angela, anything else you want to add? Yes, thank you. One last time with the discount code, and we'll send that out to you on email too.
And Sarah also wrote a great blog post on the SheJumps blog with 5 exercises that you can do. So check that out as well.
Yeah, and we did a lot of them here, but definitely there were some ones that we didn't get to, but they'll be in the program. Okay, great, y'all. Thanks for being here. Have a good rest of your day. See you.